Hello, Jacob Lee C here. Excuse me. This is my second video. I am starting to vlog, I think. I'm going to give vlogging a shot. It's like basically an online journal, I guess, or so they tell me. So I'm going to try and give that a shot. We'll see how that goes. I already did a video, so I guess I'm kind of warming up and running out of ideas to talk about. But either way, the last video I did was in 1080p, I think it was, and I'm using the GoPro 2 Hero HD, whatever. Anyways, I'm using that, and so I don't know why, but it's like skippy. So I don't know. There might be a camera error, or I don't know. Hopefully it's not doing that with this. It's 960p, 30 FPS. So, anyways, so in the last video I did, as in I did it but didn't upload it, I talked about why I'm doing vlogging, and the reason is I'm going to try vlogging out because I am a terrible public speaker. I don't do well with let me think of the word here. I don't do well with surprise conversations. Like if I'm at work, I work at a gas station, I do exceptionally well. I can talk to anybody about anything. I can make a conversation out of thin air, but I'm ready for it. I know what job requires, and I know what you have to do to make the conversation. I'm in that mode of talking to people, if that makes sense. But when I run into somebody at Walmart or at wherever, and I'm not ready, I haven't mentally prepared for the conversation, I stumble on my words. I sound like an idiot, kind of like I do right now, I'm sure. And I don't know. I get my words all kabobbled and misjumbled, or whatever you want to call it. And when I'm speaking in public, and it doesn't even have to be like a speech, like I'm on a podium in front of everybody, but like answering questions in class, or anything like that, asking questions, answering questions, talking to the instructor in front of other students, because I'm obviously in college, I get really nervous. And I mean, it's not like a uncontrollable, like, pass out nervous, but more or less my talking gets more kabobbled and jumbled up, and it's just weird. And if I'm really nervous, my eyes will start to water. And it's not necessarily that I'm like, oh, I'm crying because it's so sad, I feel like such an idiot, but more or less just like, I don't know, it's an uncontrollable sensation that my eyes just begin to water, and then my throat gets all dry, and then I end up swallowing like mid-sentence. Like I'll be like talking, and then I'll swallow. It's weird. So I'm going to try this vlogging and see if that improves it, even though there isn't really, like, I'm not staring out into 100 different people, and oh yeah, how you doing, or whatever. It's a little bit like talking in public, because I know that this is going to go online, and a bunch of different people are going to see it, and people are going to judge me on it, and all this other stuff. So I'm hoping that that will allow me to improve my speaking quality, my speech quality, whatever, and that I will be ready for a conversation whenever, if that makes sense. When I'm put on the spot, I will not just choke and be like, or whatever. So hopefully this will work. If not, well then I guess I gave it a shot. I mean, worst comes to worst, I upload a bunch of videos to YouTube, take up their space, and don't get any views, which might be okay with me, because then I don't look like an idiot in front of a bunch of different people. But either way, I think I'm going to upload this to my personal channel, or I think I'm going to make my personal channel Jacob Lee C, which will include these videos, and then Jacob Cheesehead, which is my other channel. I think I'm going to do more of my regular, creative, normal videos on. So we'll see how that goes. So I think I'm going to try and do this every day, or at least 3 days a week, maybe, because I work 4 days a week. So I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and on those days I'm usually sleeping until work, and then I get off work and I'm just being a douchebag playing video games and stuff. So I'm going to try and do this at least 3 days a week. I'm going to try and get up a bunch of different videos on my other channel. We'll see how that goes. I really need money for that, though. I mean, there's so much stuff I can creatively think about, or creative things that I think about doing, but it's just that I need actors and I need all this other stuff because I feel like an idiot in front of the camera, henceforth why I'm trying to get used to it by doing these vlogs, talking about nothing or bringing a conversation out of nothing. That's what I'm going to try to do, but no guarantees. And so we'll see how that goes. Right now my camera is, I have the GoPro HD Hero 2, and it's out of its case because I'm trying to get the best audio quality that I can. So we'll see, because I noticed that with the housing there is a magnifying glass that covers the lens, the actual lens, and so I don't know how this is going to turn out because I don't think I've ever shot in a video without the casing on. So we'll see how that goes. But I think I'm going to try this every day and go over some exciting things that happen in my life because my life's just so exciting. And if not, well, I'll just blabber about something that's completely useless. But today, I actually have something to talk about. Earlier today, I took my math test, my second math test, which I believe is a midterm because we're halfway through the semester. And I think I did terrible on it. It was 7 questions, but within those questions they had like, okay, for example, question 2, A, B, and C. You had different questions within that question, like sub-questions or whatever you want to call it. So I did that, excuse me, and I don't think I did well. The last 2, which was 7, A, and B, I started but didn't finish. I always run out of time when it comes to the math tests. Like I'm sitting there all day, every day that we have math, regular math, and I'm just going, okay, time is going so slow. And then on math test days, I'm just like, I'm working on my math, and then I look up and it's like been a half an hour and I've got like 1 problem done. So that was kind of problematic. I'm sure if I would have stared at it for another 2 hours, I would have gotten something out of it. Not really, but anyways. So I did that. The reason why I think it's getting harder is because it's logarithms. And logarithms, I don't even know. I'll just call them logs because that's what they are for short. But it's weird because I've taken this class before. I took it at a different college, and I got a D. I think it was D or D minus in it, or D plus or something. I don't know. Either way. And so I couldn't excel to the next class. So I have to take it again. But this time, I don't know, it's weird because even though I've had it a whole nother semester worth of it, I still don't get it. I mean, I'm not sure if the guy's teaching it differently or what the deal is, but it's familiar, but yet it's like I still don't remember how to do it. So we'll see how that goes. I'm trying my best. I have to pass this time, otherwise I'm just going to like frickin' drop out of school or something because I have to pass this math course. Well, I can take a okay, so I took 1 math course, then there's this math course that you have to pass, but there's also a math course in between that you can take. That way you're not doing college algebra, like in the extreme like I am right now. Well, not extreme, but it's the higher of 2 classes, I guess. I don't have to take this one that I'm in and be done, like I don't have to take this one that I'm in to pass and not have math ever again. I can take a lower class or a lower level class or however you want to call it and pass that one, and then I don't have to take math again unless my major requires it. So I don't know. We'll see. If I don't pass this time, I'm going to try the other class. I probably should have tried it this time, but I wasn't even thinking about it. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I didn't do as bad on the test as I thought I did. Odds are I probably did way worse than I thought I did, though, so we'll see what happens. I do have some extra credit that's due on Friday, so I'm going to try and do that and see if I can come up with some good answers and get extra credit there and maybe bump up my grade to hopefully passing, if it isn't already. We'll see. But another interesting thing that happened today is I had a hankering for tacos, so my fiance and I went out to Taco Bell, and I got a 12-pack, and I usually get a 12-pack because I can eat like 4 there, and then I can eat, the rest of the night, whatever. but I was chomping on one after I got home. I was just snacking on them, and I was chewing, and I felt something, and I'm like, oh great, what is this? I already knew what it was, but you know how you have that curiosity, but you already know what it is. And it was a hair, so I'm like, and it was like probably a 5-inch long hair. It's gross. Can't stand the hair in my food. And I understand, it happens. We're human. Nobody's perfect, but it's just terrible. It's weird. The weirdest feeling ever is when you get a hair in your food and you're just chewing. You're like nom nom nom, and then you feel the hair and you're like, oh man, I've been chewing on that thing for like 5 minutes now. Okay, not that long, but yeah. And it's happened to me before, not with Taco Bell, but with McDonald's. I had a McDouble, I think it was, and I was just chewing on it, and oh, I felt it, and I'm like, whoosh. I'm like, oh, that's great. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to do this every day, and they'll be shorter. This is my first vlog though, so of course it's gonna be a long one because I'm trying to get used to it. But for now, I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna go over to a friend's house and watch some movies since it is the 31st, or Halloween. And happy Halloween to everybody, even though you probably see it next year. By the time this video gets any views, it'll probably be next Halloween. But happy Halloween. So thank you for your time. Hopefully this vlog helps me with my speech impediments, and I will get better with it, and we'll see what happens. If not, I upload a bunch of videos on YouTube and they don't get viewed, so I mean, it's pretty much nothing to lose. And I understand that there's going to be a bunch of judgmental people, but I think that's part of the reason, or part of the thing that will help me, is you got to have your critiques, your critics. And I think that'll help me in my quest for better speaking skills. We'll see. But thanks again. Y'all have a good day, and thanks for watching.